Hi, Katie here with bloggingtimesavers.com with a quick time saver video where we strive to help bloggers spend a little to save a bunch. Today I wanted to tell you about a very little known secret that will help you take your articles that you submit and get listed in article directories and really get a little bit more usage out of them, a little bit more optimization out of them, and optimize that effort a little further. And like I said, very few people that I'm aware of know about how to do this. So this is going to be a great little tip for you. Okay, one of the main article directories that we always recommend that you work with is PingingArticles. They're very reputable. They're very diligent about the type of content that they manage in their directory, which means that you do have to follow their rules a little bit, but if you're on the up and up, and if you're submitting good quality articles that you want people to take advantage of, then that shouldn't be a problem. Now, as you'll see, we have a few articles in here that are approved, and that's what you want to focus on. Once you've submitted your articles to whatever article directory you're using, and you can use this little tip for any article directory, you want to wait until they're approved, until they're live, until the article directory has basically given them a URL. Okay, so if I go over here to my approved, and on this first article I do a view, what's going to come up for me is my article, or our article. Actually, Anne wrote this one, that is approved. It's actually in their directory now, and here up at the top you can see is the URL. If I were to take that URL and type it into a plain browser window, this is what would come up for me. So what we want to do with this is we want all the search engines and all the spiders to find it. Now, PingingArticles is obviously a very major player in the internet world, so the Googles and MSNs and Yahoos of the world are definitely paying attention to them, but they may not be paying attention to each and every page within the PingingArticles directory. So what we're going to do is just kind of help that along a little bit further and get our page here listed out there to a few more resources. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go in a new browser window. I've maintained this here because we're going to use the information off of this page. I've just simply opened up a new browser, and I'm going to go to PingingArticles.com. And PingingArticles is a service that will send updates out to a large combination or a large selection of search engines and spiders. Okay, so you can do one submission and it'll go out to a lot of different places. This is basically what's happening behind your blog when we talk about pinging behind your blog. With every single post that you do, your WordPress blog will automatically go out and ping the search engines. Well, PingingArticles is just another way of doing this. And like I said, because your article is now listed in the article directory and not on your blog per se, you just want to make sure that everybody's aware of it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give this a blog name, and what I typically recommend is that you come back and you use the title of the article. So simply just highlight the title over here and Control-C or copy that, come back to PingingArticles and do a paste to give that the blog name. Now it's asking for the blog homepage, and we're going to come again back to PingingArticles listing of our article, copy, Control-C, that URL, come back to PingingArticles and place that into the blog homepage. Now if we wanted to do an RSS, we could do that at the same time, and let's go back. Now I will tell you that every article directory is different relative to RSS feeds. Some article directories offer you a feed directly to your articles. Some only offer you a feed directly to the category that your articles are in, and some only offer a feed to the actual article directory itself. It doesn't really matter which is the case. It can always be helpful for you to syndicate or submit an RSS feed wherever you have an article showing up, in the hopes that someone will grab that feed and they will find your article within that area. So here, if we come back to our article, we can see right here we have a feed icon, and what it's telling me here, I can tell from this, is that it's a feed based on this major category and this subcategory, which is fine. If someone picks up a feed about blogging and I intend to be submitting articles on a regular basis, that means that I'm going to be included in their feed and eventually they're going to see me. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on this feed button. So when I put my cursor over this feed button or click on this feed button, I see this little box come up here to the right. And what I want to do is I want to grab the XML URL, which means that it's going to show me what this feed looks like, but it's also going to give me a URL for it. So now I can take and copy that URL, which is the feed URL, and I can go back over to Ping-O-Matic and I can put in the RSS URL right here and right now. Okay, so once I've filled in these 3 pieces of information, very quick, very simple, and once you get to doing this regularly, it'll be a no-brainer. I'm going to scroll down just a bit and I'm going to see that I have options here of who I can ping to. Basically all of these will be automatically or default or checked for me by default, and they usually will all apply to what I'm doing. There are some additional specialized services if you are submitting an audio article, or if you want to submit by geographical location, you can use one of these other ones. I typically leave these as they are and go with just these major ones here, and all I'm going to simply do is send pings. So now you have your article listed in the article directory with the URL, which people are going to go to and find, and they're either going to read it and visit your blog, or they're going to want to include your article with all of your links and credits listed on it on their blog or website, which will give you even more traffic and more backlinks. And now you've taken that URL for that article and you've put it out to the search engines and said, hey, it's here, which is going to give you even further backlinkage and is going to generate even more traffic. So it's a really great way to maximize those articles that you submit and then get listed in the directories. So I hope you'll take advantage of this and use it well and see some great results from it. Bye for now.